Hi, I'm theciaellis, and welcome to Grandma's Homestead. And we are doing the next video in the series for cooking from the pantry. And we're going to do spaghetti. You're going, really, spaghetti? All you got to do is open a jar of tomato sauce or spaghetti sauce and cook up some pasta. And that is true. But what if you don't have pasta sauce? You need to learn how to make your own, and that's what we're going to learn how to do now. And this goes back from making sure that your pantry is stocked with spices and herbs. So we've got onion, basil, parsley, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, oregano, and I've got 1 can of tomato sauce from the store, and I've got 1 can of sauce that Tom and I juiced and canned up last week. And of course we've got our spaghetti. So we're going to make our own spaghetti sauce so that you can do it. And I'm also going to teach you a trick on how, because if I don't know, you've seen some other videos that I just kind of throw a handful there and a handful there, you know, here and there to measure things. Well, I'm going to show you how you can learn how to do that on your own. All right, as you can tell, I've already got meat in it. We do meat. This is just some ground pork we have from a pig that we had processed last year. And here's the store-bought tomato sauce and our home tomato sauce. I have to admit, I'm looking forward to seeing how that tastes. Okay, let's learn how to measure with our hands. What we're going to do, let's see, I know I'm about going to, let's do Italian seasoning. What we're going to do is we're going to take Italian seasoning. This is a tablespoon. And see what that looks like in your hand. That's what it looks like in your hand. That's a tablespoon. Okay? Let's say you want a teaspoon or something. Let's do onion powder. So here's a teaspoon of onion powder, and that's all that is right there. Okay? So when you learned it, so once you learn how a teaspoon or a tablespoon looks in your hand, you can start dumping things and not have to worry about it. We do use a lot of Italian seasoning. So we're going to do, this is some oregano. And yeah, I know that oregano and some of this other stuff is already Italian seasoning, but sometimes we like to do a little bit extra stuff. Now this is parsley, and I read somewhere that parsley, you don't want to put it in there immediately because it could turn bitter. I don't know if I got a bad taster or what the deal is. I don't have trouble with bitterness. Looks like I'm about out of basil. It's a good thing I've got a backup in my pantry. So we got the basil there. Now we do a lot of garlic here. And I usually do either fresh garlic or I do the canned stuff where you can just scoop it out, but that's not what we're doing today. We're doing from the pantry. So that's everything we got here. I know the tomato sauce needs some salt too. And again, yes, once you learn what you need to do or what something looks like in your hand, then you can keep going with that. So we're going to let this simmer. I'm going to stir it real good. I'm going to let it simmer. The longer you let tomato sauce and stuff simmer, it does cook down and get a little bit thicker, but it also gives the herbs time to interact with each other and just taste really good. So while this is simmering away, we can start doing our water. Now, some people, like my son, prefers to have, they simmer for hours until it's almost a thick paste. I don't do it that long. Maybe it's because I don't know. This looks like a pretty darn good consistency. I think it's going to be pretty good. Got a little bit of crazy hair going. But so we're gonna let this simmer. I'm gonna taste test it after it gets all warmed up and nice, and see if I need a little bit more of anything. That's what you should always do too, is once you learn how to cook with just throwing stuff in there, you also want to taste it, make sure you haven't done something really stupid. So let's let that simmer for a while, and we'll start our water boiling for the spaghetti noodles. Isn't that beautiful and tasty? All right. I know you're thinking spaghetti still, but I just showed you how to make your own spaghetti sauce, very nicely tasting spaghetti sauce. And if you want to do something out of the pantry, that's fine too, but if you want something that tastes good, use that. And I also showed you how to measure with your hands. So that's all I got for this particular video for cooking from the pantry. My next video is going to be a little more, well, it's going to be a lot more oh shoot, what's the word I want? It's going to take a lot more to it. I'm going to make cheesy chicken and rice, and everything's going to be from the pantry, and you're going, there's no cheese in the pantry. Yes, there is. So we'll check that out next time. Now remember, if you have some good ideas for some recipes, send them to either to Tim's email address, or you can send it directly to me to theciaellis at email.com. gmail.com, excuse me, theciaellis at gmail.com, and we're still going to get that cookbook together. But learn how to cook from the pantry and learn how to eat good while you're doing it. God bless, guys. I'll see you next time.